I'm a computer science student. Yeah, it's not looking good. And the job hunt? Even worse. At this rate, I'll graduate before I get a single we regret to inform you. So here's what I thought. Why not speed this whole miserable process up? Why not enhance the grind? Why not build something that automates my suffering? Like, say, a Google extension. Okay, so a little backstory here. Pastisam was browsing through DevPost after another couple, 100 rejections from EA, when I stumbled on this. Google Hackathon? And the deadline's a month away? This could be it. Why don't I use this as an excuse to speed up my job application process? I'm gonna build the best Google extension. Now a little background about me. I'm just a normie coder that uses NextJS for most of my client work. I've never made a Google extension before. So what do you mean I need to use base JavaScript? Ew. We only do TypeScript here, buddy. There must be a way to set this up to make this easier. I mean, we could at least implement React, right? Okay, so I've been digging around a little bit, and I found this. WXT. There are many frameworks like this that I found online, and most of the YouTube tutorials do use other ones. So why did I go for the newer, most likely less documented framework? Because some random Reddit guy said it was good. And if there's anything I trust in my life, it's a Reddit stranger. Alright, okay, so setup's done. Now what? Okay, let's not waste time on the front end for now. I'll just command v0.dev to summon me an idea. Okay, what do I actually do? Alright, you know what, let's make a plan. Let's draft up the idea for what this is going to be. Here's the idea. We have a user, right? Probably some fat loser like you. And just take a look at this guy. He's trying to apply for a job. Too bad, buddy. No one likes you. But, say, instead of this Neanderthal approach, we introduce a middleman. Boom. A Google extension. You enter in your profile. Then, when you pop up on the LinkedIn job page, it summarizes the job and tells you how good of a fit you are for that job based on your profile. If you choose to apply, you can use the extension to autofill your profile onto the job app page. Oh, and guess what? If you need a cover letter, you can just ask it, because it's going to already have all the context of the job page and your profile, so it's going to make a good one. Alright, so I'm running into a bit of a problem here. One thing I didn't mention is that this hackathon requires us to use this new built-in AI that Google is testing right now, which is nice because, no API costs and, it's a complete privacy of your profile. But just take a look at this. Now, you'd think that a big company like Google would have, good documentation that clearly communicates what's going on. No. As far as I know, there are no tutorials on how to set up the Google inbuilt AI except this little, what I thought to just be a blog post, pretty much. This could just also be a skill issue on my part, because, mind you, no one on Discord has had the same problem yet, so, come on, I'm a new developer, give me something more to work with. I need better documentation. It's fine, though, at least WXT has good documentation, so, we're still on track. Wait, what? Okay, so Tailwind isn't working for some reason, but it's fine. I'm sure it isn't anything that ChatGPT can't fix. Oh my life. Okay, so I can't vibe code my way out of this. Okay, so apparently the problem was quite literally that WXT doesn't support the latest version of Tailwind, but it wasn't mentioned anywhere. I mean, thankfully this Reddit guy did mention it, so again, big props to him. Reddit strangers are always the best people. But nowhere in the doc. Okay, you know what? I digress. It's fine. Let's move on. We're finally in. It's time for the first feature. Okay, so it's about the second week of this hackathon. I finally have everything set up, so that's good. And now I had to actually build up the first major feature, the job matching. So here's how it's going to work. Okay, you open up the LinkedIn job page, and then when you click on the feature in the extension, it scrapes the job page, sends the scraped data to the AI. The AI spits out the data that we need for a profile match, and then boom, front end displays it. Sounds pretty easy, should be easy, until I actually tried to scrape the DOM. For some reason, the LinkedIn DOM changes its class names and ID every now and then. I don't know why, And using LinkedIn's API needed me to register as a business. That idea is out the window. So now I needed to figure out how to scrape this obviously anti-scraping DOM. Now, okay, I need you all to hold on to your boots because, again, I'm one of the best developers known to man. I triangulated the angles, okay? I calculated the derivative. I took a chip and I ate it. And it, and it works. Wait! Now, after getting the DOM scraper finally running and then hooking it up to the AI, we finally had the first working feature of the extension. It's now week 3, just 14 days left. If I stay on track, I can actually deliver more features than planned. What? I have to check calendar. What the hell is he talking about? Oh. Okay, so apparently Halloween was actually going to get scary because what do you mean there are 3 assignments and a midterm on the same day that my submission for this hackathon is due? Okay. So the plan has drastically changed. Now we have to limit development time to about an hour each day so that I can start prepping for this midterm and do the other assignments. We're good. We were not good. Okay, so apparently maintaining context across my scripts for this extension is horrific. Like, how am I meant to send data between scripts from where I need them and where they are stored? Okay, well, in order for you to understand that, let me actually explain how extensions work. See, we have our front end. This is what the user interacts with. It's our TypeScript base, our React, all the fun stuff. And then we have our background script, which essentially acts like our backend in any other web app. And then the final piece of the puzzle comes in. The content script. The bane of my existence. This guy is an exclusive for these extensions, and its main task is essentially just communicating the DOM of the current web page you're on to the extension. So by now, attentive viewers would probably assume that the content script would obviously be holding the scraped data. And yeah, you're right. Okay, so how do we send it to the front end? All right, let's hook it up to the background, and then let's just call the endpoint to our front end. That sounds cool. That's fine. Oh, but there's a problem. See, the content script only runs once when we load the web page in. And so whatever job listing is there when the page loads in, that's the one that it shows on the front end. Now, say we want to choose a different job posting. All of a sudden, we need to find a way to update this data every time the job post changes. And LinkedIn doesn't even reload the page when you change the job post. It just updates the component. So now we have to figure out some genius way, some miracle method to send the request to the content script to give us the data every single time the job posting changes. And after a lot of research, I found the best method. Okay, admittedly, it's not pretty. It's just pinging the content script every 5,000 milliseconds. Hey, is there an update? But at this point, we only have a week left, and I do not care. So yeah, we're just going to go with this. Okay, so we've got 1 week left. 1 week to fix the jankiest communication system known to mankind, finish all the remaining features, and somehow not fail university. Impossible? Yes. Am I gonna do it anyway? Also yes, because I'm stupid. So I'm sitting there oscillating between VS Code and a mental breakdown, and I swear this extension has at this point developed a personality on its own. Okay, it's a Hydra made from TypeScript. Every single time I fix one bug, 3 more appear. Hours disappear, days blur. I haven't talked to another human being in like 48 hours, but eventually, after enough coffee to legally be considered a biohazard, we get something that resembles a finished extension. Does it work? Define work. Does it open? Yes. Does it crash? Also yes. Listen, I'm not here to debate semantics with you. At this point in the hero's journey, this is more than enough. It's the final day. The day everything happens all at once. The day my calendar personally attacks me. So I wake up at 5 a.m. I get on the bus to campus, pull out my laptop, start hammering away on code. It's actually pretty funny because one guy started giving me a dirty look because I was typing so hard. I get to campus at around 7 a.m. I sit down, finish an entire assignment before breakfast. because apparently adrenaline is now the new productivity hack. Then I make the smartest academic decision of my entire career. I skip class to revise for the midterm. And then after frying my brain with questions for the midterm, I head home. I sit down on my desk, boot up the extension, and fix the last batch of bugs with pure, unfiltered desperation. It's now 2 hours before the hackathon deadline. I am sweating, my extension is sweating, hell, my laptop might as well be sweating, but somehow, some miracle way, I submit. I hit the button, slam my chair back, and finally, after a week of torture, get some rest. So, at this point, you're probably wondering, how did everything turn out? Well, the hackathon winners still haven't been announced, and they won't be until December 5th. So either I won or they took one look at my submission and are now in the hospital. We'll see. The midterm, we passed. That's good. The assignment, also, we passed, so that's nice. But what's the lesson here? What's the point that I'm trying to get across? What's the deep moral dilemma that we solved today? Maybe it's that pressure creates diamonds. Maybe it's that procrastination is a superpower if you believe hard enough. Maybe it's that I should probably sleep. Listen, if life backs you into a corner, and your code stops working, and your midterm is tomorrow, and your Chrome extension is hemorrhaging errors like it's HouseMD, just remember, you can always code on the bus.